Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we have one more junior level questions. So which is from HCL Tech. So if you see the, if you understand the use case here, you will come to know like which compound can can do this. Okay, so as a simple one. So let's look at the use case here. Okay, so 10 10, and we have 20 20 20, and then we have to assign the index. Okay, so that's it for for each group. So it's a simple one, no simple one to do the logic. So if you are if you are having 3+ years experience, then you must crack this interview question. Okay, so let's start with solving this use case. So I'll just ping the link up in the description. So to you can go and check that interview playlist. Okay, so we'll just start with the play session. So this is for 3 plus. Okay, so not even for 5, this is for just 3 plus. If you're not able to crack, then just one thing, just practice. Okay, so practice. So just you can go through the playlist. Okay, so this one, what do you think? Okay, so which component? So you have to figure out the component now. Okay, you should have figured out by now. If you're not able to figure out, okay, I'll just tell you which component can do that use case. Okay, so make sure you watch that you know component playlist and tell you. Okay, so it's a simple question. Now concept would be, so that that use case, this use case can be done with the scan. Okay, so it runs through each row, right? Cumulative, it does some cumulative aggregation, right? So you just have to increment. Okay, so just have to assign one 0 and then increment. So the easy one. So I'm going for a scan component. Okay, only one component here. So scan component, know how to code. Okay, just understand how to code inside this component. So that's enough for for this use case solving. Okay, so basically basically understand the scan component very well, so that you won't do any mistake. Okay, so even if you have another question. Okay, so even if you have any other question which is related to some cumulative aggregation function, you can able to crack that. Okay, so understand the runtime behavior. Okay, so for understanding that, you can go to the site. Okay, so you can watch the 10 10, watch that compound level runtime behavior. Okay, so because like lot of theories will be there in the site. So we are just discussing the entry questions here. Okay, so if you want to understand the theory behind that, then you can go and watch that. Okay, so we'll just design the ETL now. Okay, so it would be input and then scan output. Okay, so input would be, so let's say input DML. Okay, I'll just picture it here. Okay, so input DML would be record, let's say decimal. Okay, decimal, and then you have new line, and then let's say ID or salary or ID. Okay, and okay, so only one, we have only one column. Okay, in our input. So this is input, we have only one column, so we have to convert that into ID and then rank, let's say rank. Okay, so how can you do that? So in this scan, first declare the key. Okay, so key as ID, because we are grouping, right? So for each group we have to assign the rank. Okay, for this group, and then for one more group. So we have two groups here. Okay, for each group we have to assign the rank here. Okay, so we have to increment the rank. So the logic would be, I'll just tell you the logic. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so so grouping. Okay, for grouping I'll just assign the key. Okay, so that one will be done using scan, and then I'll just assign the rank. Okay, so I'll just assign the temporary rank starting from 0. Okay, starting from 0, and then I'll just increment. Okay, so that's by using scan function. So these are the two, these are two logics behind this. Okay, so understand the concept very well. Okay, so here I just given the ID. Okay, so transform, in the scan transform we have to write the entire code here. Okay, so starting with the temporary record. So temporary record would be let's say I'm just we'll say I'm just assuming the temporary record would be rank. Okay, so that's a temporary variable. So whatever temporary variable you are going to make use of this scan function, we have to assign it here. Okay, so I just assigned the rank here. Okay, in the temporary, and then now will be initializing. Okay, so we will be writing initialize function. Okay, so see, basically if you're new to the channel, okay, if you're new to scan component, understand that I'll just write a comment. Okay, so understand that we have temp, we have initialize. Okay, so we have scan, we have finalize, we have output select. Okay, so there are like lot of functions you must know how to code inside all these functions. Okay, so we have before initialize we have input select as well. Okay, so all these functions you must know how to code. Okay, if you are not sure, then practice. Okay, so practice, go through our videos and then practice. Okay, so now we'll just start with initialize. So initialize, and then okay, begin. Now I'm just whatever temporary variable we have created, I'm just initializing that to 0. Okay, so end. Okay, so now initialize is done. So now which one? So next function is scan. So scan will just take temporary variable as well. Okay, function as well. Okay, so because we are going to increment that, so begin here now temp dot rank. Okay, so that would be, I'm just going to increment. Okay, so basically in your coding language, how will you increment? Oh, a equal to a plus 1, right? So similarly, okay, same thing. Okay, now temp dot rank plus 1. See, don't forget temp. Okay, see, some candidates, they tend to forget this temp. Okay, so because you are accessing the variable from the temporary record. Okay, so because this row is, this record is declared in the temporary type. Okay, temporary group. So you, whenever you call out this variable, you have to acknowledge. Okay, you have to accept, like call it from the temporary record. Okay, so don't forget to use temp dot. Okay, so now end. Okay, and that is done. Okay, so we have incremented. Okay, for each group. Okay, when the scan runs for each group, no, it will increment. Okay, so basically your initialize will know for at at start of each group. Okay, at start of each group this will be called out. Okay, so for the 10, okay, for example, for the first group, rank will be 0, and then first time rank will be 1, 0 plus 1 1. Okay, and then we have temporary rank 1, 1 plus 1 2. Okay, and then when it comes to second group, the initialize will reset to 0. Okay, so that means your initialize. Okay, so this initialize will reset. Okay, so will reset to 0 at start of each group. Okay, so this one, see, this theory concept you will get the idea from the site. Okay, from the application website. Okay, so basically this is a basic runtime behavior of scan. Okay, so you have to know the difference between rollup and scan, and then the runtime behavior of each component. Okay, so after the scan component, after the scan function, what is the remaining one? So finalize. Okay, so we'll start with the finalize. So here I'm just calling out temp and then in, and then I'm just beginning and then end. Okay, so let's write the code inside. So here I'm just assuming, see, I'm just sending out in.id out.id. Okay, so I don't have to do anything on the first column. So first column is same. Second column I have to create one column. Okay, create one rank column. Let's name it as rank. Okay, so let's name that output column as rank. Okay, and then I'm just calling out temp dot rank. Okay, temp dot rank. Otherwise we'll just name it as count. Okay, count variable. Okay, and temp dot rank. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so here output DML would be same thing. Okay, same exact as input DML, but we have additional one column. Okay, so this one, additionally you have decimal n. Okay, so we are count. Okay, we are just taking as count. I'm just giving a comma delimiter here. Okay, so I'll just, okay, so this is the output DML. Okay, so output DML is highly important. Okay, so you have to figure, you have to give that port. Okay, so this is the entire code. Okay, simple code. It's easy to solve. Okay, so understand the runtime behavior, understand how it runs, and then picture of the logic. Okay, so design logic and then code. Okay, start like this. Okay, so before that you have to analyze as well. Okay, so whenever you see the use case, whenever you see this use case, you have to picture out that within few seconds you have to picture out, okay, which compound should I use. Okay, so that one should that one should strike at your at your mind. Okay, so analyze is important. Okay, so picture out the component. Okay, which component can finish the job. Okay, so that's it. So I'll just come up with another code. Okay, so no, I'll just come up with another dynamic code. Okay, so today I wanted to discuss on this rank select. Okay, rank no rank assignment. Okay, so rank assignment is highly important. So based on this rank assignment, we have so many no so many troublesome questions. Okay, so which we'll see tomorrow. Okay, so until then, I'll just see you guys in tomorrow's video. Okay, until then, tada, bye bye.